Welcome back to this week's episode of the Old Barn on Ann Street. I hope you had a good week. And by the way, did you get a chance last week to order one of these hunky-dory shirts online? It's a Nova Scotia made shirt, Nova Scotia designed shirt featuring a Nova Scotia Shelburne dory. What not to love? Don't forget to go online at wanderinggriffin.com and you can buy one of these as well. But today we want to go up back into the attic of the house and pick up where we left off last week and do some more work in the attic, and let's see what we got for this week. So today we're back up in the attic. It's still in the process of converting this attic into 2 bedrooms. And today is the insulation day. So here's a bit of an update on the attic, the process of converting the attic into the 2 bedrooms. It's been a lot of work, and it's taken a little longer than we thought, but here we are finally at the day. Today is drywall day. And let me just show you around what all we've done and what it looks like before we got the drywall in, and hopefully you like what you see. So here we go. So you can see all of the insulation was done before, but what we've done underneath there in these crawl spaces, we had some old plywood over in the barn, and so we put a floor in, a new floor, and we put some plywood up along the angled ceiling there. So when the wall is sealed off, this will become a nice storage area, crawl space type place on this side and also on the other side here. And so, yeah, that was kind of a fun job climbing underneath there amidst all the insulation, the blown in stuff that was there before. But we got that finished. I think it'll be a nice functional storage space. All the electrical stuff has been finished up. Our electrician came in and finished all of that up. We've done all the extra prep work, cleaned it up, ready. And now we got to just carry the drywall up and begin the process today. So we're making progress. Today will be a big, huge day. We're looking forward to it. I can't believe how great that upstairs turned out. It's been a lot of work, but it sure was worth it. I hope you'll love it. And before we finish up today's episode and show you a clip from next week's episode, I want to introduce you to my good friend Trasie Sands from Shorebound Books. Come on in. Hello, Trasie. Love your store.
Thank you.
Can you show us around a little bit?
Absolutely. Where would you like to start? In here?
Wherever you'd like.
So in 2020, not long after the pandemic started, I moved from Toronto back here to Nova Scotia. And as it turned out, my son and I, we had a favorite bookstore here. It was called the Whirligig, and it used to be 2 doors down, and before that across the street. And they were closing down, and so I couldn't stand the idea of not having a bookstore in town. And my son and I decided we should buy it, and we did.
So Trasie, we love your bookstore. Do you have any books you'd like to recommend?
Absolutely. We have a local author on the island, Cape Sable Island, called Cal Kimala Brown. And she's written a number of books, and she also illustrates them. And this one in particular I love, A Visit to Cape Sable Island. The illustrations are fantastic. And it's a full rhyming story throughout. in addition to this one, she has They Walked Till They Dropped, and Simon's Dragon, and a couple of other ones that are quite good. She also does greeting cards and bookmarks, and she's part of my local maker program. And the other one, a lot of people will recognize the name Alistair MacLeod. He was a Cape Breton author and professor at St. FX, University of Windsor in Ontario, and several other places. Unfortunately, he's passed away now. But this is his collection of short stories, and they're pretty amazing. He gets to the heart of what it is to live on Cape Breton Island and the history of Cape Breton Island. Yeah, so that's why I like that one so much.
Thanks, Tracy, for showing us around your amazing bookstore. If you're watching this and live somewhere on the South Shore of Nova Scotia, you need to come to Shorebound Books and buy some books. There's some rainy days coming this fall, and you'll want to have a good book to curl up with and wine out a book you got here at Shorebound Books. In fact, I'm going to buy one of those books that Tracy recommended and one of these blind dates with a book. And while I buy these books, here's a clip for next week's episode. Oh, sorry. Looks like you caught me reading the Halifax Herald from 1913. Amazing story, amazing things you can find in this house. Thanks for joining us this week. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not click on the portrait of the barn, become one of our subscribers. Our numbers are growing slowly but surely, and we'd love to have you part of our subscriber group. Have a good week. We'll see you next week on the Old Barn on Ann Street.